I told you that I was worried about FM25, and for those of you that still pre-ordered the game, I have some bad news. FM25 is now delayed until March 2025, and we're going to jump straight into the actual dev update. In this update posted not too long ago, here we go. Football Manager 25 delayed until March 2025. After careful consideration, Sports Interactive have made the tough decision to further delay the release of Football Manager 25. Following discussions with Sega, our licensors and partners, we have agreed the best course of action is to delay the launch until March 2025. Specific platform release dates will follow once confirmed. I'm going to come down and read what else they've had to say. In our last development update in September, we explained that we needed to push FM25's original release back to give ourselves more time to deliver the best possible experience for this first installment in a new era of Football Manager. This additional time has not been sufficient to ensure the game quality and experience meets your expectations and our very high standards. In the previous blog, we explained that it has been a difficult development cycle for the studio. Many things have been moving slower than we had predicted, despite everyone in the team working at an incredible pace to try and get everything done. Timelines were already tight, and as rightly pointed out by many of your recent comments, we were simply rushing too much and in danger of compromising our usual standards. This has put an enormous amount of pressure on everyone working across the studio, who are all passionately committed to delivering the best game possible. FM25 is the biggest technical and visual advancement in the series for a generation. Of course, this is not where any of us expected to be 7 weeks out from our release, but in the spirit of our studio values, we always consider the bigger picture. And the bigger picture here is that we need this additional time to deliver a game that we can all be proud of. For the large numbers of you who have already pre-ordered the game, we thank you very much for your trust and support. Given the delay, however, should you wish to claim a refund, please contact your retailer. I actually think that is very honest, transparent, and good of them to allow refunds on the pre-orders, because pre-orders were made. A lot of people just gave in and said, let's do it. Regardless of all the hustle and bustle that was going around the game, seemingly that FM25 is not going to be perfect when it comes out. Nonetheless, let's continue. Something you noted as missing from our announcement on 30th September was mention of advanced access on PC and Mac. We can confirm advanced access will be available ahead of the new release date, and when we are confident on how long that period will be, we will update you at the first opportunity. The new gameplay reveal will also now move to the end of January 2025. We are intensely aware that this will be massively disappointing for you. We share that disappointment and are extremely sorry. Thank you for reading and your patience. It means the world to us as we continue to work on creating a new era for Football Manager. So there we have it, officially delayed. Gameplay reveal will be sometime in Jan, so we do have to wait a bit longer for that. Hopefully though, this is not all doom and gloom. Now, I do completely understand why they've decided to hold back on the release. A lot of people are going to be pretty upset with this because you were probably really amped up for playing FM25. But let me just say this first. FM24 is a very good game. There's absolutely nothing wrong with it. So you could go ahead now and just still enjoy it without worrying about Football Manager 2025 until 2025. For all the concerns that many of us had for what could possibly go wrong with FM25, this has given them a lot more time to get that sorted, and what that means to me at least is that this is going to give them enough time to deliver a game that is true to form. The entire series, including going back to Championship Manager, has been great. We've enjoyed the games for years, and whilst there are always flaws in the games, there's a lot here that keeps us coming back for more, and rightly so. Football Manager is an incredibly in-depth sim, and it requires a lot of work behind the scenes. With the move to the new engine, we can understand that it is going to take a lot of time. Now, I highlighted that I was quite worried about getting a half-assed game released in November, and apparently rightly so, and they've recognized exactly the same thing. Why do that when you can give us a great experience that comes out a little bit later, when we have a great experience in FM24 currently to keep us going? Now, if you go onto the Football Manager site again and try and get to the roadmap is this now. There's nothing further on it, none of those little segments that will be released TBA. I'm just going to click on roadmap again, and all you can see is the same thing, this announcement. Now, they haven't given us any further features or anything else in this update, but they have told us what we actually wanted to know. When is the game coming out, and what's going to happen to all those people that sunk some money on the pre-orders? Brilliant stuff. I think that they're doing the right thing here. I don't know if you agree, but I would really not want for FM25 to fall flat on its face a week after it comes out. I really hope that they continue to engage with fans as they have been doing in the past to ensure that when the game is eventually released, hopefully early in March and not too late, it's going to be top notch like everything else that has come before it in the series. Now, for all of you that plan on throwing your toys out the pram, I want to ask why. Why are you so upset that the game has been delayed? So let's just weigh up the pros and cons here for a second. In terms of the cons, 1, we don't have a shiny new toy to play within about a month and a half. 2, a lot of people have pre-ordered the game sinking a little bit of money that they perhaps could have used for something else. 3, they've been working on this for a really long time, and constant delays, like we've come to see in recent times, doesn't really reflect that well on Sports Interactive and the team behind Football Manager. I can't really think of anything else that would be a con in this situation, but over to the pros then. 1, more time means more time to work on the game so that it's perfected, or at least close to perfection, when it is finally released. 2, they are going to give us advanced access, which means a beta that will allow them to find more bugs, and which means that we will get a bit earlier access to the game than March 2025. 3, for those of you that have pre-ordered the game and sunk that little bit of money, you can get that money back through requesting a refund, which I think is quite honest of them, transparent and true to form for the franchise. 4, it gives them a lot more time to receive commentary from the fans as they've taken in the past, and then use this to give us a better experience. And 5, it potentially allows them more time to get other things added into the game. Like they've said in the past, there's going to be feature releases as the updates come along. I would assume now with this delay that they have more time to integrate those updates earlier on into the game. And it would be nice to see if more features are included at the very start on day 1 of release. So for me, on the whole, I don't see much of a problem here. In fact, I'm quite happy. I think this is great news in terms of Football Manager. Weighing the pros and cons up, why on earth would I be unhappy or worried? If anything, a lot of the fears that I had about receiving a half-assed game when it is released are now gone. Of course, they still could release a game that is half-assed just at a later date, and that will be quite painful. But I don't expect that from the Football Manager franchise, and I don't think you do either. Now, if you do have concerns about the delay, let me know in the comments. Let me know why you think this is a bad thing. For me, I think there's absolutely no reason to throw the toys out the pram. We're gonna be fine. We can still enjoy FM24 until March 2025. And with all the mods and updates that you can download from the various sites online, we're going to be perfectly fine. And this is not just me telling myself that to console myself from fears that we're gonna get a poor game when it does eventually release. I am just a little bit concerned about that, but a lot less than I was when I previously made an update video. And as has been always said, good things come to those who wait. Sports Interactive have not really let us down in the past when it comes to the Football Manager franchise. It's generally been very good. So I'm just going to say thanks, Miles and team, for actually recognizing the flaws in this whole rushed output of FM25. And hopefully you pick up a lot more of the issues so that when we get the game, it's going to be great. Now, if you, for some reason, think that this delay is actually doom and gloom, let me know in the comments why you think so. I, as I've said repeatedly, am of the opinion that this is actually good news rather than bad. If you do think it's going to be bad, what do you think is actually going to happen that could make things worse when the game comes out? And are you actually not enjoying FM24 as it is? If you aren't, maybe check out some of the videos that are on this channel to help you get things going in all different forms, including some save ideas and the like. I'll give you another update when the next one comes out. And until then, please take care and laka check you. Bye!